The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Alrighty, episode number 28 of the Back with the Backup podcast is live. Hope you guys are well. Happy Thursday.
Best day of the week.
Yes, sir. Almost there to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it's just a bunch of drinking. Well, I mean, I know Brian drinks. I don't, but Brian has more fun than I do. So if you want the fun guy.
The drinking starts tonight. The drinking does start tonight. My weekend begins tonight. So
it does. Why? Why today specifically instead of say tomorrow? I guess.
Call it Thirsty Thursday. It's just something we've come up with. I guess it started through Thursday Night Football when we were watching the games, and it's like, why are we not drinking right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of devolved into this.
All right.
Just the kickoff and the day we go hardest, because the next 2 days is mostly us trying to recover.
Makes sense to me. If you guys don't know, I'm Nate. That's Brian here to my right. Brian's back with us after about a week. Brian has been doing with some school stuff, graduating this in about a month.
Mother's Day is my graduation. So crazy time. Just got back from spring break. So every professor's like, let's just do a work dump on these kids right now. So I a little bit got buried there a little bit. Schedule was screw things then, so that's all worked out. Back, glad to be back now. Glad to be back. Just talking sports.
Hey man, I love it, man. Obviously, congrats to you. Graduation's obviously a big thing, and we're just glad to have you back. But of course, wait, what are you majoring in again? I don't think we ever discussed that on the show.
I'll be graduating with a degree in sports communications and a minor in journalism.
Hey, okay. ESPN, so, yeah. He is on the way. He's on the way. It doesn't matter if it's about the Mets or the Giants or whatever sport he may cover. He is coming for the crown, ESPN or CBS Sports or Fox. Well,
whatever one. I don't know. Somebody.
Is there a company you wouldn't work for?
Company I wouldn't work for? I mean, I guess a company that only covers soccer, because I don't know soccer, but other than that, not really.
Soccer's hard to cover.
Yeah, I tried getting into it a few times. I used to have a friend that was really big into it. I tried. I'm like, this is just boring.
It's just so many teams, and it's just
it's really confusing. It's just it's all the different leagues. Every Europe has a league, but they all are under one league. It's really make this. The best way to describe it is college conferences. Is the best way I've been told. If you think of each country like a conference, that's the easiest way to go about it. And the Champions League as the March Madness.
Oh, okay. It's like the MLS and the La Liga and then the Champions League.
Yeah, so MLS is something different. They're just Americans. And then I know La Liga, Premier League, wherever the one in France is, Italia. There's a bunch of European ones. Those are the big ones that people watch. MLS has been described as retirement homes. From what I've been told.
That's why Messi came over here, and now I think he's hurt. So the retirement home thing, it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. He's in Miami. He's fine.
That must be nice. You play for so many years for Barcelona and everything, and then you get to come here to you come to America. You play for Miami out of all teams.
There's absolutely no pressure on you because the following isn't as big. So you have it's not like in Europe we lose a game and your family get death threats.
I feel bad for people in the Premier League, to be honest. You play at a high expectation. If your team sucks and you get demoted, and it's MLS is just okay,
it's
you suck.
It's a very hard league to be good in. Very hard. So shout out to those teams that just are year after year competitive.
That's why Mbappe's ditching. Well, not ditching. Well, he is leaving PSG, I think, and he's going to Madrid. I don't know. See, that's when See, guys, this is why we don't talk soccer. But we know the other football, though. Much better than soccer. I'll tell you that much. We'll cover some NFL today. Talk about the Dallas Cowboys, if they're going to go quarterback in this year's draft. We'll talk about Ceedee Lamb, if he deserves to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Some Giants stuff, as usual. Some weird draft proposals that I've seen, which on one hand is kind of stupid, but on the other hand is really not that bad. because some player doesn't want to decide if he wants to retire or not. But breaking news this morning before we dive into the rest of the show, O.J. Simpson unfortunately passed away at the age of 76. And I say unfortunately in terms of from an NFL perspective.
Yeah, and like he did have a he did have grandkids and kids. Like, they're probably sad he's dead.
Yeah, that's just
Like, it's very sad for their perspective. Like, oh, they lost like father and their grandfather. That's very sad. It's
I
very
would
hard to talk, but it's very hard to talk about O.J. Simpson and not talk about the gigantic elephant in the room,
I
especially
would
about
say
family.
2% of the population on this earth cares about O.J. Simpson's death. Everyone else is like, oh,
Well, I think everyone cares about O.J. Simpson's death. I just think 2% of the population is like, I don't want to say sad because that's not the right word, because a guy did die, but like,
unfortunate.
yeah, I think 2% of the population knows how to feel about this. I feel like everyone else is kind of like confused. Like, yes, O.J. Simpson played football, like a person, but like he was acquitted, but like he also was charged with murder, and like there's rumors about how fair was that jury? Like, it's such a touchy like subject right now.
Way to keep it. We're trying. I mean, it's big. Hey, Billy, it's O.J. Simpson, man. But Billy says, way to keep it friendly, my dudes. Hey, we're trying our best. But at the same time, from an NFL perspective, O.J. was a pretty good player.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. 76 touchdowns, 6-time Pro Bowler, all 5-time All Pro. Blah blah blah. But as Brian just mentioned, he kind of did kill his ex-wife. And yeah. Yay.
I think that's good. I think that's good for OJ. I think that covers it. The guy died. He was a good football player. Had some problems later on in life. Later on in life.
And then he's known for that scene with the white Bronco and like 10 police cars
caused Ford to stop making the Bronco for a while. That's why they stopped.
Really? No way. Because of him?
I'm pretty sure that's why they stopped making the Bronco.
That must suck. Like, as a car company, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just that a criminal was caught driving your car or your company car, and all of a sudden,
it says 1996, the taste of America consumers were changing. It's not because of OJ, but it definitely did not help.
Well, I tell you that much. OJ, rest in peace. Well, I guess I don't know. See, I think we'll just move forward because I don't know if we.
Yeah, we're gonna say something gets in trouble.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm all I'm gonna say is the families of the victims of OJ's actions are pretty happy right now. Regardless, we're gonna do something new today. It's if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys do know. About let's say a year and a half, 2 years ago, right? There's this game called Weddle that came out. Basically, it's an NFL player guessing game. Every day, it's a new player. No, I have not done today's. I wanted to save it for when Brian came to join us. So let me put this here. So we have 8 guesses to guess the player. It's mostly offensive players. There's rarely a time when they do defensive players.
I think offense is just more well known with fantasy football, especially.
Exactly.
Well, you could probably name like every wide receiver 3 in the NFL, but I bet you couldn't name every starting linebacker.
Yeah, I can't do linebacker. Oh, what the heck? You can choose to quit Google Chrome now or do. No, screw you. Okay, let me see. Watch me not. Oh, come on. Hey, there we go.
There we go.
All right. So for you YouTube people and watching on Twitter or X or Facebook and Twitch, good for you. And Instagram too. Other than that, for you Spotify and podcast listeners, just bear with us. Just bear with us. Okay, Brian. I'm gonna let you go first. Give me a player, and we'll see if that's today's player of the day for Weddle.
I know it's not gonna be him. This has been Giants. Let's stick with the Giants theme. Let's do Sterling Shepard. Fuck it.
Sterling Shepard. Perfect. Let's see. All right. So he is not in the NFC for sure. He is either 5'11" or 6 foot, but he's not a wide receiver. and he's under the age of 31.
Yeah.
Let me think. Okay, let me go running back under the age of 31. Damn, Shepard's old. Holy crap.
Yeah, Shepard's old.
Damn. Oh, okay.
Why do you think Shepard's no longer? Why do you think Shepard had that retirement ceremony for him against the Eagles? Because he's not going back. Shepard's retiring.
They tried so hard to give him a touchdown. It wasn't even funny.
They tried so hard. It was so funny.
All right, he's either running back.
We don't have to play defense with anybody. We know the ball's going to Shepard.
Philly secondary was like, all right, cool. We'll just double team. That was probably the first time Shepard's got double team since
Oklahoma.
Oh man. Okay. Who's in the AFC? I'll go 6 foot or 5'11". Man, must be short. Oh, has to be running back. I don't think a quarterback is that short in the AFC. I'll go Tua. No, because Tua's number 1. Who would it be, you think?
What do you say, quarterback?
I'm thinking maybe.
You think it's a quarterback?
Yeah, that's true because either he's 5'11" or 6. So I can't think of any 5'11" quarterbacks. Oh, I mean, in the AFC. NFC, it's obviously like Kyler Murray and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe running back. Because his number is obviously, way above 3.
Try like Brees Hall?
Tall?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let me think. Okay. Give me Pacheco. I don't think Pacheco's that tall. Okay, see, we're getting somewhere.
There we go. That's huge.
All right, he's in the AFC West. He's a running back. He's under the age of 25.
So AFC West. So the Broncos, Raiders, Chargers. He's a young guy. Joshua Kelly.
I was thinking, because Eckler's not there no more. Shit.
He's older than I thought he was.
Dang, Kelly's 26?
Yeah. Wow. And he's older. And he's not a Charger, so he's either the Raiders or the Broncos.
Javonte?
Yeah, maybe. Is he? Yeah, Javonte Williams. Yep, that sounds good. The age is probably there. Wow, 25 too. What's the number? The number we're close to.
30. He's number 34 or 35.
35. Okay.
Zamir?
34. It's a Raider. It's a Raider running back. It's a Raiders running back. Yeah, it's Zamir White.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Out of all the freaking players in the world, they give us Zamir White.
Zamir White. Wow. That's crazy.
You couldn't give us like a starter?
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
man,
this is the first time we're doing it.
What kind of game is this?
Get, like Williams or something? Like
yeah.
No, Zamir White. What's he, third string in?
He's like
second?
Because
I was doing fantasy football about him when he was a rookie, and he was like scratching like RB70.
Who's at the Raiders running back right now? Is it just him?
Well, it was Josh Jacobs, but he's a Packer. They might have signed like Gus Edwards or somebody. But I think Zamir White is in line to be the starting running back for the Raiders next year.
Lord. Yeah, it's Zamir White and Alexander Madison.
That's who it is. I'm like, they signed somebody who was like a really good RB2, but just can never be that RB1.
Wow. Well, they downgraded. Jesus.
Yeah. It's the Raiders. They're run by morons.
Is that GM still there from the Patriots? No. Right?
I think
so. I know they had that McDaniel Telesco.
Tom Telesco.
Ain't he that NFL Network dude? No. He's worked for the Chargers. Okay, see, I'm confused.
That's what it is, the Chargers.
Okay. Well, good for them. Good for the Raiders. They're doing something. Because I know when McDaniels was there, they were dog shit. Anyways, good job, Brian. 5 guesses. We'll do better next time.
Yeah. Maybe next time won't be Zamir White.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a player that we all know and love. Maybe it'll be a defensive player. Who knows? as we all know, congrats to the UConn men's basketball team over this past week. They won the national championship over Iowa. Almost at Iowa.
Ooh.
Purdue. I talked about a little bit as best I could about an episode or two ago about Purdue and how Zach Edey's great, but the rest of the team needed to step up. But
I don't even think Edey Edey had a great first half. Look at Edey's first and second half splits. Edey was a bad player in the second half. He stopped playing well, and I think that's what caused Purdue to collapse.
Well, this is why this is for you. Because I want to know here from you're more of an expert in this than myself. Well, first off, your thoughts on UConn's season. Second, how and why did UConn win against Purdue? And I guess your thoughts on Zach Edey as well, because he's going to go to the NBA, but people are saying he might not be good.
So I'll do Edey first, I guess, because UConn will be longer. Edey, great player at Purdue. Struggled in the national championship game, especially that second half. I think he lost his rhythm. Purdue just kind of fell apart, and no one was able to pick up where Edey left off, which caused UConn to ultimately run away with the game. Going to what he's going to do in the NBA, he's going to be, I think, a second-round pick and play like 12 minutes a night. But it's going to be one of the greatest 12-minute stretches you can see. Like, he's going to be a really, really good guy to come off the bench. He just cannot play more than 6 minutes a half. So that's where I am with Edey. In terms of UConn winning, this is the most dominant tournament run I think any of us are going to see in our lifetime. I mean, 140 total points, margin of victory, NCAA record, 23.3 average margin of points for victory in tournament. That's not an NCAA record. They were only trailing for 5 minutes this entire tournament. I don't know if that's the record or not, but it's just unheard of. And I think if you want to look at UConn's dominance, the biggest thing you can look at is these last 3 games against Illinois, Alabama, and Purdue, because they all followed the exact same recipe. First half, back and forth, tight contest, kind of like boxers in the early round, feeling each other out. UConn would normally squeak out with a 2 or 4 point lead, and then the second half just completely run away. We saw against Illinois with a 30-0 run. We saw it against Purdue in the national championship game, just completely obliterating them. So this is unprecedented. It's going to be a run that all runs are compared to, I think, for the next decade.
I mean, I remember Dan Hurley in like 2020 when UConn was struggling.
Yeah, he was on the hot seat. After they lost, they were the 5th seed. I believe they lost to New Mexico State in 2021. There were serious questions of, is Hurley going to be the guy to take UConn to that next level? And he's answered them. He's the guy.
And he's done it with the team, if I'm not mistaken, that, it's not just one star player. I know Tristan Newton was a really good player for UConn. He won the most outstanding player of the tournament. But, I believe all the starters were averaging double digits.
Yes, all their starters were, I believe, 4 of their 5 starters made the all NCAA team or something like that. 4 or 5 starters received that honor. And UConn got it done in so many different ways. They could lay on offense and really pull away, or they could win those tight defensive battles. Kling, number 32, the sophomore from Bristol. He was the only guy I thought in the entire tournament that could go up against Zach Edey. And he figured out a way to prevent him, or at least have, made that second half adjustment to where Edey was a non-factor. So UConn just won in every single way and just complete dominance.
And, I know both teams didn't shoot well from 3, but UConn just got their way.
From 3, recently. In those 3 games, in the Illinois game, it took them to the end of the first half to get a 3. I'm not sure about the Alabama game when they got a 3, but the 3-point has just not been UConn's bread and butter. But it shows you how dynamic they are. They can just, okay, this part of our game isn't working. We'll just do this. We'll just do this style instead and still win.
And also defensively too, when they against Purdue, they really were like, okay, Edey can get what he wants, but as long as we can shut down 3-point shooters, because I know Purdue has a couple of good 3-point shooters, but they shut them down all game long.
Yeah, you're gonna hear anybody scoring other than Edie. Edie was the main name you heard. Everyone else was just kind of like, oh, every once in a while. But Edie was their main offensive force.
And I know it was nice to see because I know Edie rarely got to rest against UConn, but Clingan didn't play the whole game. You had guys like what's his name, Johnson. Last name was Johnson. He came in for
Yeah, they're the
Clingan at times
freshmen.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pretty. I mean, I know he got into foul trouble and he fouled out, but uh, he played pretty well against Edie as best he could. Had a couple of nice dunks, whatever the case may be. But it's just the point is, I'm just UConn's team was just much deeper,
Yes.
and it's like Purdue, it was Edie, and it just felt like there was no one else that stepped
That's
up.
what Purdue's felt for the past few years. I feel like Edie kind of overshadowed everybody. Edie's just been that guy, and it's warranted because he's the best player on that team. But like, when you look at UConn, like you have Nguyen and all those guys. We don't have like that one guy that overshadows everybody.
Do you see them three-peating next year?
I mean, I don't see why they can't. They had one of the most dominant runs in all college basketball. Like, who's beating them? You can't really. People. Here's the thing. People went into this season thinking UConn was worse than last year. 10 times better. Like, really, there's no underestimating this Huskies team. I truly think this is the beginning of something special with Dan Hurley and UConn. This is going to be. They're honestly the college basketball Patriots. Like, started around the same time. If you look at Patriots history before Belichick got there and Brady, no Super Bowls. Look at UConn before Jim Calhoun got there, no March Madness. In a 25-year span, 6 titles each. Some of the comparisons aren't there. It's not an exact comparison because Jim Calhoun won 3 and it's kind of moved on. And it was Kevin Ollie for 1, and now it's Dan Hurley. You can make the comparison of like a modern day dynasty. It's the New England Patriots and UConn women and men basketball.
That women's team almost won this year. Well, they had a chance this year too, but they faced Iowa.
I tweeted this out the other night that there have been 50 programs that have won championships if you combine the men and women's for the past 25 years. UConn has won 34% of those championships. I think they've won 17.
Jesus. Well, damn.
Just a little perspective of how good these programs are.
If you need any facts that shows you're dominant, that's the fact.
That's one.
Right there. But I mean, congrats to UConn in a hell of a season. And look, they, like Brian just said, they have a chance to three-peat next year, and we'll see if because I think for me, when you ask who's going to challenge them, a casual fan like me would say, oh, Duke or North Carolina or I don't know, just
not what they
Kentucky.
are.
But they're not. Yeah, they're not the
A
team.
lot of these blue bloods are just kind of living off their like reputation. Like UConn's been the only team that's dominated the sport. Like Duke's won a few titles here and there. North Carolina Villanova had that stretch, but like no one has been consistently winning titles like UConn has. So if you're not considering them a blue blood, I don't know what your problem is.
Just a hater.
Really,
just a hater. Man, but hey, congrats to UConn once again. Quick congrats to Iowa's team and Caitlin Clark. She's gonna be a star. I know the team lost in the national championship
season. Shout out to them.
True. Don Staley, hell of a coach.
Would you say that's how good Clayton Clark was when a team has an undefeated season and no one knows.
Would you say the women's team was the women's tournament was better than the men's this year?
I would say the women had more star power than the men. Like, I feel like the women had a lot more star power with Clayton Clark, Paige Beckers, the LSU girls, and South Carolina being undefeated. So, yeah, I think they had a better overall tournament. And it was more interesting to watch. I think I heard the most talk about it this year. So, that's amazing.
That's true. But, yeah. So, that's kind of the end of college basketball, right? We're not going to see them again until what?
Thanksgiving.
Holy crap.
They have games in like late October and stuff, but college basketball really doesn't pick up until Thanksgiving. So that's we have all the beginning of the season tournaments, that's when college basketball gets good. And then
Got it.
conference play starts in December, and you go from there.
And then most of us wait till March because
In March, yep, exactly.
Another year for us casual fans until we get interested in college basketball again. But for those diehards, you won't have to wait as long as we do. So once again, UConn and South Carolina, congrats to the men's and women's teams respectively.
Mm-hmm.
One more question about college basketball, though.
Yeah.
It seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, not many prospects that stand out in terms of for the NBA draft. Am I mistaken?
It's weird. March Madness is always like there's always a few guys that kind of break through, but I think it's more of the nature of what the NBA draft is. The NBA draft doesn't really have the hype around it like the NFL draft does. So I think like there's only 60 selections. So like, there's 68 teams in the tournament. Not everyone's going to make that spot. So I feel like we're just so used to watching all these players that aren't going to get to the league. And like, yeah, the only thing I like the international prospects too. So like, there's just so much basketball talent that it just kind of overshadows what these guys do in the tournament.
Yeah, because like there's no, I'm just saying, there's no like LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards in this draft. It's just a bunch of guys.
Yeah,
and there's no offense to them. It's just
that's just happens years. Sometimes some years are just weaker than others, or just don't have like the impact that other ones did.
So
nothing wrong with it, but when you're coming off a draft with a generational talent like Victor Wembanyama, like the next year's draft is going to seem like a bit weaker just because that high profile name isn't headlining it.
Yeah, I will say though, one headline name that has been, I guess, going around the world of sports right now, despite the fact that it's not even the season yet, is Dak Prescott as we shift towards from college basketball to the NFL. This is something I didn't really expect to really talk about. And it's the fact that Dallas might go quarterback in this year's draft. I know they have other needs. But this is his last year of his contract. Prescott is. People are saying that Dallas could go quarterback in the draft. It may not be obviously first or second round, but possibly later on they could develop this quarterback, groom him to be the next starter. As we know, Prescott he's pretty good. Yeah, I guess
he had a really good year this year.
He did
really good season this year. Arguably a top 5 quarterback if you're just looking at this season alone. We can expand it in a second, but this season alone, great year.
4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He did say he was going to throw less than 10 interceptions, and he did do that.
He did do that.
Yeah, he did lose to the Packers in the wild card round. He threw for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was 73-41 as a starter for Dallas, but just 2-5 in the postseason. I guess the simple question is, do you see Dallas going to quarterback in the draft? Should they re-sign Dak? What are we doing?
I don't see Dallas going quarterback in the draft to a point where it's significant. Like this is going to be a significant mark on their future. Could a situation arise in the 7th round and there's a quarterback they like there, and hey, for the hell of it, we'll take it. Yeah, that could be a something that happens. But if you're talking about like a 2nd, 3rd, 4th round pick, I don't see the Cowboys going quarterback. I think they should stick with Dak, but I understand the want to maybe move on from Dak Prescott because before this season, like Dak Prescott was an average to at best an above average quarterback. There always is another level of quarterback that they could get. So if the Cowboys truly feel that they're one missing piece away and that missing piece is a more dynamic quarterback, then why shouldn't they go out there and get that guy?
Yeah. It's just for me, part of me is like, okay, Dak is the issue in terms of their success because, he did throw 2 interceptions against the Packers in the wild card round.
Yeah.
You were favored to win that game. You lost to a 7 seed.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, I still won't get over the whole 49ers Packers game.
Yeah.
Jordan Love. Come on, man. But yeah, the point is, I think with me, it's like, okay, Dak is the issue, but at the same time, he's not. because
he's like an average quarterback, but like he's got so much more hype because he's on the Cowboys.
America's team.
Exactly. Like I feel like we would have a better more accurate representation or more accurate idea of what Dak Prescott is as a quarterback if he was playing for like the Broncos or like a team that's just not in the national spotlight like the Cowboys are. I think Dak Prescott would be seen more as like a Kirk Cousins type quarterback where he's good, but like there's definitely some stuff to be desired here.
But because he plays for a big team like the
Cowboys, there's always going to be the national interest. The media is always much bigger on the Cowboys because of America's team and Jerry Jones and all the theatrics around them. He's always going to get overrated because of that. Every Cowboys quarterback, at some degree, will be overrated because they are the Cowboys quarterback.
How much would you pay him? I don't want, you don't have to give me exact numbers, but would you say maybe, obviously not more than Lamar and Mahomes money?
God, no. Let me pull up NFL quarterbacks. NFL
Perfect.
QB salaries. Here, quarterback salaries. Yeah, Joe Burrow's at the highest. I would probably throw him around the Geno Smith, Jared Goff level. Probably, that's probably what his market would dictate. I would say probably 75 million to 100 million. I don't think that he's worth that much money, but I think those are very comparable quarterbacks to his style of play, and that is kind of where his market's going to be.
I was thinking, Geno Smith got paid that much?
75 mil, yep.
Jeez, for what?
Jared Goff is 134 mil.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's why I see Dak making way more than 75, but maybe at the most a little over 100.
Yeah, I like a little, like at most a little bit over Goff, but like barely. Because Jared Goff, he's
exactly. Jared Goff, you make the argument, is underpaid right now.
He's doing well over there. I'm really happy for him. He's a Cal guy. Love Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Love him to death.
No, good for him. The way he's been able to revitalize his career in Detroit's incredible.
Dan Campbell's done a hell of a job. I tell you that much. And the OC, I forgot his name.
Ben Johnson.
There you go. Hell of a job by him as well. So yeah, I think in terms of Dak though, yeah, I mean, they always choke. And it's not, and it, part of it's not his fault.
It's not just Dak. They've been doing it since Romo was quarterback.
And it's there's
the
no
issue with the
solution.
Cowboys is not on the field; it's upstairs.
Jerry Jones.
They'll never admit. No Cowboys fan will ever admit that. But the Cowboys will not win until Jerry Jones dies. Or steps down from power and gives power to actual football people.
Well, if you wanted any relation between the Dallas Cowboys and the Oakland Athletics, there you go. It's the owner that is the issue.
It's the owner. It's the owner.
They're never gonna win until the owner goes.
The only difference is like Jerry Jones has some credibility in football.
While the other one owns Gap, and that's all he's known for.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jerry Jones at least won a few Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson's the reason he won a few Super Bowls, but he still won some Super Bowls.
Whereas for Oakland, it's just
like we're bad and cheap.
Yeah. God, they were just on a 3-game winning streak, and then they lost last night, and I was like, okay, well, back to normal.
I know this feeling.
Go Oakland. We're gonna stay on Dallas though, and go to Ceedee Lamb, because he's gonna be holding out. Mr. Lamb is now Ceedee Lamb, pretty good wide receiver. He's
say that.
Yeah, I mean, against us, he always torches us, the Giants. It doesn't matter. You put Deontay Banks or whoever on him, Adoree Jackson. I hate that. I hate playing Dallas. But anyway, Ceedee Lamb this past season, 135 catches, 1,749 yards, and 12 touchdowns. He has 32 touchdowns in his career. 2023 was just a big year for him. He was outstanding, the leading receiver in the NFL by far. And the reason why we bring him up is not only because he's holding out, but he's looking to be one of, if not the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Brian brought up the numbers for quarterbacks. I have the numbers for wide receivers. Currently, Tyreek Hill is the highest paid at $30 million a year, followed by Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, and Stephon Diggs, who is now on the Houston Texans. And I don't know if you were here when Diggs got traded. Quick thoughts on that before I move forward?
Crazy. Great. Houston's going to be amazing next year. Buffalo is going to struggle, I think. Who's Allen going to throw to right now?
Curtis Samuel and Khalil Shakir.
No, Buffalo.
I will say Dalton Kincaid might have a big year.
Yeah, he could, but that's not going to replace Stephon Diggs.
No.
Like the era of they're supposed to be like the Bills' era of dominance, the AFC East. I think the door is closed, and the Dolphins and Jets are right there. If the Jets can stay healthy and the Dolphins can repeat what they did last year,
you can trade Josh Allen to the Giants.
We love it. I'll give you the sixth. I'll give you the sixth pick right now. I'll give you our first next year. I'll throw in Wan'Dale Robinson, and then I'll give you some more draft picks.
You don't like one? You want to give away like Darius Slayton over Wan'Dale?
I think the Bills have way more interest in Wan'Dale Robinson than Darius Slayton.
Yeah, that's true.
We already have a speedster in Hyatt.
True.
Figure out a way to bring in another wide receiver one. Yeah, you're done.
Because we are going. We'll talk about that. We
are
going wide receiver.
Hyatt's supposed to. Yeah, I would develop. Just get the wide receiver one, and boom, ready to roll.
Yeah, get you running back too. Trey Benz, Florida State.
There you go. That works too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Your thoughts on Ceedee Lamb deserving to be the highest paid wide receiver? Is that a yes? Is that a no?
He deserves to be in the top tier, but not top paid. Like, I don't think anyone can disrupt a game like Tyreek Hill can. So no one should be making more money than Tyreek Hill in terms of wide receiver. But he definitely deserves to be in the same echelon as like Stephon Diggs and Kupp and Adams.
What's scary for me is that Dallas messed up in the first place because I know they wanted to pay Zach Martin first and they paid him before Ceedee Lamb, which is understandable. But at the same time, you have to think time is running out because Justin Jefferson is going to get paid. And it's like if Jefferson
he'll reset the wide receiver market. You have to overpay for Ceedee Lamb at that point.
Because Tyreek is $30 million. Jefferson might be what, 35, 40? Million,
I think Jefferson at lowest is going to get what Tyreek has. I think that's the starting number.
And that's why it's kind of for Dallas, you better hurry up because if
that's Justin Jefferson's starting number, that means yes. I mean, of course, CeeDee Lamb's number is going to be lower, but Justin Jefferson's going to be making way more than 30. And if he's going to make more than 30, CeeDee Lamb's going to want more to, dictate what the market is now.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, not a lot of teams have that much cap space to not only keep your highest paid wide receiver, but also your quarterback. Who would you pay? Well, I guess to sum up that question, I feel like you said, he deserves to be top tier, but because of how players are, they're obviously going to want more than that, the highest guy. And I'm sure CeeDee Lamb will demand that because of who he is. And he did make an argument. I mean, he had 1,700 receiving yards last year, being
he's a really, really good receiver.
Yeah,
I think if you want to make him like a top 3 paid wide receiver in the league, I could see that. I just can't give him more than Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson.
That's true. More than Devontae Adams.
You can make the argument.
Okay.
Age-wise too.
True, because CD is pretty young still, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Who would you pay first, or who would you rather pay, Dak Prescott or CeeDee Lamb?
It's a really, really hard question because, Dak Prescott is an average quarterback, and CeeDee Lamb's a really, really good wide receiver. But it's so much easier to find a good wide receiver than it is to find another good quarterback. So that's a tough one. I think I'll pay CeeDee Lamb and try with a better quarterback because I feel like CeeDee Lamb could elevate whatever quarterback he plays with.
Because without CeeDee, your wide receiver room is just not that good.
Right.
Plus, Dallas does have Trey Lance.
Exactly. Trey Lance is waiting, and like Trey Lance, he played 2 games there, so I didn't think he did too bad in those 2 games. I
No.
thought he was fine.
He just got hurt. That was pretty much it.
Exactly. Got hurt and kind of got like blackballed, but like I don't know. Get the guy a shot.
I would. He's young. Yeah. He was a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot who other Dallas was
Like I get why
quarterback
the
is.
Niners trade him because like you're going to start Purdy over him, but like I don't understand why another team wouldn't just be like, all right, let's see what the kid's got. He was a 3rd overall pick and started in 2 games.
Why
Give him
not?
a shot.
Seriously. So yeah, I would do the same. I would pay CD. He's just that talented. He showed last year he was talented. He's been throughout his career. He's shown that he can be dependable as the wide receiver number 1. But if there's any time to pay him, it's like right now, because if you don't pay him now, you're kind of screwed.
What was Francisco Alvarez's point total?
Oh,
because he just hit an RBI double.
No.
So that's a hit. That's 2 bases, an RBI. So that's
I'm
at least
screwed.
4.
Yeah,
That's at least 4 right there.
I know damn well he got. He got the over, didn't he? Let me see. Where's my picks? All right, it's live. Oh, he already has 8 fantasy points. Man, that sucks. All right, well, that bet goes out the window. Never gonna do that again. I knew it. I had a gut feeling. It was just like, okay, he's been bad the past 4 games. There has to be a game where he does really good. Well, he just
this is it. We found it, and it's this one.
Yeah, nice.
Also, Mets update. It is 4-0 Mets in the 3rd inning against the Braves. That's huge. The Mets don't beat the Braves.
Who's pitching?
Jose Quintana.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's all Mets fans like. Oh,
Quintana. Wait.
Yeah, Quintana. Jose Quintana, our opening day starter.
Who's pitching for the Braves?
He's pitching for the Braves. Winans. Winans.
Lord, never mind. I should just bet the over on Alvarez based on that. I don't even know who that is. Jeez, I know Quintana at least, not the
4
other
runs.
one.
He's about to give up another one because he cannot find this strike zone. Wow, that was bad.
we should live stream one of the Mets games one of these because they play already early as they did on the West Coast. They play. Well, it seems like this game they play at the same time as we're recording. Yeah, live stream one of those games. Yeah. So thanks for that update. Screw you, Braves. Thanks. Good job, Braves. You son of a. Anyways, Rashee Rice, real quick before we go to the Giants, and then we'll wrap things up. 8 charges against him.
Yeah.
Arrest warrant out for him.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Saw the video. Not good.
Marijuana also found in the car.
I know it's legal in some states, but like even if anytime marijuana is in a car and there's a car accident, it's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. What might have happened?
6 counts of collision, including injury or involving injury. 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury. 1 count of aggravated assault. And 1 count of messing up the Chiefs wide receiver room because now Rice might be out. He's gonna be suspended.
Oh, and Alvarez just got a run. 5-0 Mets. This is great.
Okay, unless Alvarez strikes out like 4 times.
It's the 3rd inning, so you got a chance here.
There's a chance. Not gonna bank on it. But yeah, Chiefs now have major issues because Rashee Rice is gonna get suspended. Kadarius Toney sucks. Justin Watson is not wide receiver number 1. They lost Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's been gone actually.
He's been gone for a while.
They need a wide receiver in there in Kansas City. Or 2.
Yeah, so that's probably would be what they're drafting.
I would go my first 2 picks on the Chiefs. I would just go wide receiver. I would get McConkey first round, and I would go. I don't know. Get yourself a
Coleman. Is he gonna be sitting there late 2nd round?
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, those would be 2 good receivers.
Let's see. Mr. Wilson says before last season, how high do we rank CD?
Hang on, I will pull it up right now. I have a Google Sheets of all my fantasy things.
I would go like top 10, but like at 8 or something.
I had Alvarez
on my fantasy. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, good job, Kevin.
I just bet he was bad the past. He was bad the past 4 games. I just bet the under. I go on trends, and trends doesn't take
Ceedee
me very far.
Lamb as my wide receiver 7 in fantasy.
Who do you have ahead
Before
of him?
last season start. I had Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, and Amon St. Brown.
I mean, you were right on all of them except Jamar.
Diggs. Yeah.
Jamar. Oh man, he got hurt, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think so.
And then when he came back healthy, it was just
the
quarterback play was just bad.
Yeah, he had I don't even remember. Oh, it's 7-0 Mets.
Huh?
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We got to do this show more often when they're on.
Wait, Alan Wanance. He looks like he sucks.
He does. He's given up 7 runs in 2 1/3 innings.
28 years old, 5.29 ERA.
Sir, retire.
Jeez.
Let's see this. Oh, this is a horrific pitch. Yep, gone. No doubt. DJ Stewart. Stewart's hitting absolute bombs off you. You should stop pitching.
If only we didn't get copyrighted. If we could show the game and not get copyrighted. Godly. No. But I'm trying to see. Oh, wow. It is top of the third.
Oh, the Braves are finally getting somebody up in the bullpen. This is long from over, folks.
They waited till now?
They're now getting somebody up in the bullpen.
Oh,
this poor guy out here is a sacrificial lamb. This guy is 8 innings.
They don't have any better pitchers on the Braves? Yeah. Let's see. Without being hurt, Chase was numbered. True. Yeah, I would say so, Kevin. Yeah. It's just unfortunate, to be honest, how Cincinnati just kind of fell off. But they'll be back.
They were ravaged by injuries this year.
Poor Joe Burr.
Yep.
3 balls and a strike. See, this game is interesting now, actually. I'm going to keep an eye on it as we quickly continue here. Giants. Oh, another New York team we to talk about. Brock Bowers. Okay, so hear me out.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Grounded.
One way I'll draft Brock Bowers.
No, I saw ball in play for Harrison Beta. I was like, no way. He just allowed another hit.
Ground ball to third baseman.
Dang. Don't worry. We'll have Brendan Nimmo come to the plate and hit a dinger.
The lineups here now.
He cannot find the plate. What the
Yeah, no, he's bad. It's bad. Let's see where this ball's going.
How's his fastball 89? What?
Okay, this guy was definitely not supposed to start today. Oh boy.
My ESPN
I have a little bit of a delay. I just caught up to that ball. Wow.
Is there MLB TV? I'm gonna put that on right now. Man, it's just probably like
MLB TV, but you gotta pay for it.
Lucky I get it for free. Thank you, T-Mobile.
There you go.
Let's see.
Nimmo grounds out. End of the third inning. End of the top of the third.
Man.
New York.
Just when I turned it on. Damn it. Anyway, okay, so as the commercial break's going on, the Giants and Brock Bowers. Yeah, so many of you are probably thinking, okay, oh wow, the Giants getting Brock Bowers. Why does that matter? Because it does. Because some player who I used to love, now I hate actually because of his. My God, this guy, I swear.
Because you watched him for 17 games.
He didn't even play 17 games. That's why.
You watched him for a certain amount of games.
Yeah. Man, he's caught 1 fucking touchdown against Washington. Who doesn't score against Washington? Isaiah Simmons scored against Washington. Anyways,
shout out him, resigned.
That's right. 1-year deal.
Love it. Great move for that Giants linebacking core. The Giants, this might be the best linebacker core the Giants have had in a while.
They should put him at safety.
He won't be bad there either. But I think when they brought in Simmons last year, Brian Dable's like, "What do you like to do?" And he goes, "I just like to hit the quarterback." And he goes, "That's what you're gonna do here then." So I don't really think Dable has any. Maybe the new defensive coordinator can convince him to move to safety, but I think they're gonna keep him as a blitzer.
Okay, not that bad. I mean, hey,
I don't mind it. Yeah, no.
If he can contribute, we're fine. We have Dane Belton and Jason Pinnock and Jalen Mills.
And whoever we draft, because we're going to draft somebody probably.
And we'll see what happens. Joe Shane, you better get your shit together. A trade was proposed in which the Bears would receive the 6th overall pick. No, but anyways, the Giants would get the 9th overall pick 75, and a pick in 2025, a mid rounder to be exact. And the Giants would select Bowers with the 9th overall pick as Quintana is back on the mound. Mets, what the hell? 7 runs, 7 hits. I love that stat line.
It's a great stat line. This is the best I bet to look all season. This is a great Thursday.
And they're on the road
on Thursday because the Mets have pissed me off. Now these strings, I'm celebrating them.
RC at the plate as we speak. But yeah, would you get Bowers with the 9th overall pick, or would you? Oh, actually, I don't know because
go with an offensive lineman or something. I don't really think tight end is a big position of need. Like I just feel like we'll be wasting a 1st-round pick if we take Bowers. I'd rather take a lineman or take maybe one of the receivers or trade back again. Like fill out the other spots as roster. I know Waller's not great, but he's probably coming back next season. Daniel Bellinger's a fine tight end number 2. Like Bowers is going to be come into the season as wide tight end number 3. Is that really what you're going to want to put your first round pick on? A tight end 3, and he's obviously going to rocket up your charts as the season goes along. But coming into the season, you're not going to put him over those 2 guys.
I think it's just a matter of because the Giants just have no weapons. Well, no weapons.
I mean, I get that, yeah, in trying to add weapons in any way possible. I just feel like there's other avenues they could explore in adding a more versatile weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I support it, but not entirely because I understand the Giants need a tight end. I know they signed like 2 of them this offseason. It's just Waller frustrates the shit out of me because this guy. Maybe he's waiting on who the Giants select the quarterback. Maybe he doesn't like Daniel Jones. Just saying. However,
I don't like Daniel Jones, so I get it.
Yeah, I don't blame him, to be honest. Who the hell is Chadwick Thump? Jesus.
These are creative players.
Man, I tell you,
really running out here.
Quintana about to have a day today. He about to go 6 strong.
Throw a no hitter.
He has no hitter. Oh, as a grounder. Oh, easy.
2 innings.
I feel like we're on the. Are you delayed by a little bit? I just saw.
Yes, I'm on. Yes, it's 1-1 and Thrump's still up.
Okay. Oops. Sorry, I won't say much then. Okay. But yeah.
Yep. Look, this Lindor fires.
We're good. Hell of a job, Quintana. But yeah, I think for me, it's just Bowers is good. It's just it's going lineman too. It's just like you're gonna get
right. Yeah,
because Joe Alt's not gonna be there because
Joe Alt's out there. The kid from Penn State,
Fashanu, if he can play right tackle.
Yeah.
But that's a good topic because before this is like the last topic because I feel like the Giants O-line is gonna be okay. Because okay, let's say Evan Neal goes to guard, right? You put him on the left side. John Runyon goes to the right side. You have Thomas, Neal, Schmitz, Runyon, and Alamanor. If Neal goes to tackle, then Alamanor goes to guard. Runyon goes to left guard. It's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, I think this is the best line they'll probably have in a few years.
But it's just a matter of would you put Neal at guard or tackle? That's the main issue.
He's like the piece. The puzzle piece. Where does he see fit best?
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I think that Giants online isn't that bad. Maybe they'll obviously add people in the draft, but just probably as depth, if anything. But Giants at 6, just stay there. If you're gonna trade down, you better trade down for a good reason, not to get a tight end.
The only reason I'm trading down is to trade down with Minnesota and get 11 and 23. Get 2 first-round picks in this year's draft. That's the main reason I would trade back with Minnesota. If I'm not getting those, I'm staying at 6.
Right, because as long as Minnesota doesn't trade with Arizona and the Chargers, then they'll be.
Yep.
Remember, hey, if that's the case, I don't mind 2 first-rounders. I can still get a quarterback later if I want to.
You take Penix with that late pick.
Yeah, there you go, and you'll be safe.
And And you can, 11. Yeah, you can get someone decent at 11. Trying to think who's at 11 right now. I haven't really thought. I'm so
Probably some
locked
corners.
in at 6. Yeah, the
Corners.
corners. Yeah.
There you go. Get yourself a QB corner 2 or CB1.
Yeah.
And then
And you still have that second round pick to go draft the receiver.
there you go. Keon Coleman.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Yeah, you got
someone.
Coleman with that pick now. Instead
There you
of
go.
wasting the pick on Penix, you're using a receiver. So you still
There
get
you
the wide receiver 1, you get the quarterback, and you upgrade defense a little bit.
Hit us up, Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
As a 3-2 pitch here from never mind, I forgot you're but delayed a little bit.
3-2 pitch against Acuna.
Cunha.
Quintana, Steps, and Teal. No, he shakes off.
Who's the Mets manager again?
Carlos Mendoza, his first year.
Oh, okay.
Bench coach for a few years, so we'll see. It's still early. It's still early to give him. He's learning. We'll give him that. He's learning.
All right. Oh, I just saw. Oh, that's a hell of a play. Oh, lordy, you're gonna like this one.
Boy, here we go. Here you go.
I'll wait till you see it.
It's about to throw. Fires Acuna. Oh, nice play, Brett Beatty. Let's go. And even he's shocked. That's one of those plays where the ball caught him. Wow, breaking news. Over $16 million stolen from Shohei Ohtani. Interpreter charged with bank fraud after alleged transferring funds to place illegal bets.
How much?
$16 million.
Jeez.
We thought 4.5 was a lot. It was a lot more than that.
For betting?
For all illegal betting. Ohtani's been cleared. He's been a federal investigation has cleared Ohtani.
Fuck. Nah, you wouldn't catch me dead doing that shit. Hell no.
I'm not losing $16 million.
Hell no. Maybe $16.
I don't think I'm losing $16.
Oh man, yeah, that interpreter. Oh, he's screwed. You think he'll go? Oh, he'll go. He's gonna. I can't even talk. He's gonna go to jail, huh? Really?
He stole $16 million from somebody. You're going to jail.
Oh, that's true. I heard he turned off the notifications, the banking notifications on Ohtani's whatever, so he wouldn't find out. That's petty. I ain't gonna lie. That's something I would do, but like, gee, boy, oh boy. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ohtani seems so innocent. Jeez.
He does. This sucks. It's happened to him.
Yeah. No, but I was talking about Brett Beatty. You liked him. I think you mentioned how.
I love Beatty. Coming out of in the minor leagues, he was my favorite prospect we had. Struggled at the major league level the past few years. This is his last big shot to make the majors, and he's doing everything he can to make us a third baseman in the future. Love what Beatty's doing. I just need to see him continue to do it.
Trust the young guys. And congrats.
That's what the whole season is. Trust the young guys.
And congrats to your Knicks. They are officially in the playoffs.
Third seed right now. It's never thought I'd live to see today.
Thoughts on that?
It's great. It's crazy, if we're being honest. I have been just such a tortured Knicks fan that anything not last place is amazing.
I guess as the moment they would play the Pacers. Oh. Well, there's a chance. Okay, because it's not official yet. Because you guys could
official yet.
Pacers, Magic, maybe the Sixers. I wouldn't want to play the Sixers.
I would not. No, Sixers are not the team I want to play at all. I think Pacers, Magic, Sixers is how I think I'd go.
Okay, got it. Well, congrats to them, Jalen Brunson, hell of a player. He's a underrated MVP candidate.
Yeah,
definitely.
Dark
horse for sure.
Definitely. Yep.
But yeah, I think that was fun. I love how we mixed the Mets in there a little bit. Shout out to the Mets for winning right now, 7-0 as we're recording this. Congrats to the Knicks and the Mets. Two New York teams are doing well at the moment. Well, record-wise, not really Mets, but they are beating the Braves. So when you're beating the Braves,
anytime we beat the Braves, it's an accomplishment.
But yeah, shout out to the New York teams as always. And we talked about some college basketball today. talked about some Giants, talked about Ceedee Lamb and Dak Prescott. And that will wrap it up for this episode of the Back to the Backup podcast, episode number 28. And I'll be back tomorrow. Brian is questionable. Likely we'll see you next week, correct?
Likely next week.
All right,
probably Monday next week.
All right, for sure. I
Yep.
appreciate you. As always, Brian, good luck to your Mets today and the rest of the weekend. I don't know who you guys have this weekend, but
we have. Why do I want to say we have the Royals coming into town? That's what I thought it was. Just want to double check. Royals coming in. Mets Royals this weekend.
that should be easy.
Yeah, a couple day games might be a good time. If you're in the Queens area, go take the family to the ballpark. You probably get some cheap tickets right now because both teams aren't playing great.
I know you'll be going if you could.
I actually will not be. I'll be stuck in Albany. But if I wasn't in Albany, I would definitely be going.
All right. You can find or follow Brian on X, Twitter at BrianPG1016. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well at Nathan_124. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for your support. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.